everybody, welcome to our Boo Book class. I'm so excited about this. I love Halloween. It's one of my absolute favorite holidays. And this class is going to give us a chance to work with some of the really fun papers out this year by Heidi Grace, her Halloween line, which is so cute. Usually I'm not a real cutesy paper person, but for some reason this just struck a chord with me and I was super excited to work with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this 5x5 board book, it's 10 pages, into a super cute black and orange Halloween book for all your fun pictures of your trick-or-treaters. So if you have a kit, go ahead and grab the pieces, and if not, go ahead and grab whatever supplies you've chosen to work with. If you, what I'm going to be doing is I've already put on the website a list of the cuts that you need to make and out of which papers. So I'm hoping that you've got everything pre-cut to work with us, because all of my things are already pre-cut. So we're going to actually just be assembling the book. So if you haven't pre-cut your, made all your cuts yet and cut up your papers the way that are listed on the website, then please go ahead and do that and then come back and join us, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first thing that we're going to start with today is the cover. And if you've never covered one of these 5x5 board books before, they're super easy to do. The measurements for the cuts are all on the internet. So why don't, after you've cut your piece for the cover, go ahead and take that. It's this piece that has the yellow boots on, or the yellow with the boots on one side. We're actually going to use the orange and black and yellow and white stripe. So we're going to take the piece. I kind of like to just set it on my book, wrap it around just to give me an idea of how it's going to go, bend it a little, crease it a little along the edge. And you might find that you have a little bit of excess, and that's fine. It's better to have excess than not enough. And so after it dries, you can just go ahead and trim it down. That's the best way that I've found. So let's go ahead with whatever adhesive you want. I'm going to be working with a glue stick today. I know that's totally old school, but I like the flexibility that it gives me because I can remove it, remove the paper a time or two if I need to reposition things. So I'm going to start out just by covering the front cover with glue, just like so. I'm going to take my paper, stick it on there, and just kind of smooth it out so I'm not getting any bubbles in there. Smoothing it out. Once that's on there pretty secure, I'm going to flip this back and I'll add some more glue to the spine and then around on the other side. Sorry, got a little off the camera there. And I will continue to press that around onto the glue, sliding it around a little bit if I need to adjust it, and then lift it back up and put the rest of your glue on. Doesn't get much easier than this. And we will have a cover here in no time, and then just smooth it down. You can see I got mine a little off kilter there, so I'm just going to slide it right back into place. That's again why I like working with a glue stick for this, because it gives me a little room for error, because I definitely make a lot of mistakes. So. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to tell you that. No. Okay, so there we have the main color on the cover there. Now, in your kit, it came with 3 chipboard letters and a couple of spider punch outs. For the cover, you're going to need one of your spider punch outs and your chipboard letters. And what we're going to do, I want to show you a couple different ways to cover these chipboard letters. You can do whatever you have on hand or whatever you like the best. Of course, you can always paint them. That's probably the easiest way to go. Or actually, well, I'm going to show you another technique that's very easy, a very easy way to cover chipboard if you're too lazy to break out the paint, which is the way I am most of the time. I'm just going to use an ink pad. And I'm going to take my black ink pad, because you want your letters to be black. I'm just going to take my chipboard letter and I'm just going to push it into the ink pad. Now your fingers are going to get all messy doing this, so if you don't like to be messy, don't do it this way. And you can just kind of rub it around on there, and it will give you a nice black letter. And if you don't get all the spots that you want, just rub it around some more until you do. Ta-da! That is super easy. Another thing, which is the way I'm going to do mine, well, I'll cover this one in a minute with something else, but I am going to cover mine with this black glitter that I found. It's Martha Stewart's glitter. I have been collecting these jars because I love this glitter. It's super fine. And if you've watched the video on how to make glitter accents, then you know exactly what I'm going to do. If you haven't, then just watch real quick and I'll show you how easy this is. I'm just going to take, I'm using Elmer's glue here. You can use glossy accents. I typically use glossy accents, but I'm all out right now. So I'm just going to cover my letter in a thin layer of glue. Just kind of using the tip of the glue to wipe it around and get all the spots. And then I'll take a scrap piece of paper. Set my letter on there with the glue, and then I'm just going to cover this baby in a pile of glitter. Push it down, you're going to get glitter all over your fingers. You'll soon find about me that I like to get messy when I scrapbook. So if you're going to scrapbook with me, you're probably going to get messy too. Okay, so then just tap that off, and this can just dry while we're putting together the rest of the book. And if there's spots that you missed, you can go back and fill in a little extra glue. And then after these are dry, if you want to keep the glitter from coming off, I suggest taking a brush with either some Mod Podge or same Elmer's glue or glossy accents and going back over the top of the glitter, and that will seal it in so it doesn't come off. But with this fine glitter, I haven't had it be as big of a problem as it usually is with the stuff that's cut a little bit chunkier. So there's our B, and just go ahead and do the same with your other letters. So let's cover our O, and if you're already done and you just decide to use the ink pad or the paint, that's another great way to do it, and then you don't have the mess of the glitter. So, and it'll give you basically the same look because they're all going to be black letters, so it's not that big of a deal whatever you decide to do. I just wanted to show you a couple other options. Okay, I'll shake that one off too. Oops. And then you can just take this glitter, unscrew the cap here. I'm going to dump it back in real quick. And we've got a bunch saved for next time. Alright, so let's move on to finishing off this cover. We're going to let these letters dry. Regardless of whether you've inked them or painted them or covered them in glitter, they're going to need to dry for the whole time that we're finishing the book up. Just because if you're touching them a bunch now and putting them on the cover of the book, they're probably going to smear a little bit. So we will go ahead and put the letters on at the very end, but let's go ahead and finish up with these two strips of paper that we've got here. You, on the cutting sheet, you are supposed to cut I think this is about a 2.5 inch sheet. Yeah, 2.5 inch wide strip of the yellow stripe paper, and that goes onto a black mat that you cut. So find those two pieces that match up, and we will glue them down here. And I will put which pieces that you have cut go on which pages on the internet too, so that'll make it easier for you to find before you get started which two pieces go together and go on the cover and such, so that'll That'll help out a little bit. Okay, so just glue those two together. And then we are going to add a little ribbon to this just to give it a little extra punch. We're going to use this black and cream stitched ribbon. All I'm going to do is bring this around the back and tie a little bow. Give yourself enough excess to work with here. Tie a little bow right around the slip that goes on your cover, and then when we glue it to the cover, it won't be able to come off because it will be stuck down on the back. Okay, that's not the prettiest bow. So just kind of work with it until you get the look that you're going for. Alright, that's okay. Just going to trim the little edges up here a little bit. I like to always cut mine at an angle. And I'm going to slide it about as far as I can go to the edge there. Now, simply put adhesive all over the back of your strip here. A little down the edge to kind of seal in that ribbon. And if you're worried about your ribbon slipping, you can always take a glue dot, and maybe I'll do that just to show you what I'm talking about. I'll take a little glue dot and I will stick it over the ribbon there to kind of help secure that a little bit more, so that when I put it down on the cover, that's not going to go anywhere. Give a little added security. Okay, so go ahead, position that where you'd like it on the cover, and then just glue it down. There you go, and then we'll add our letters to that in a little bit. Okay, so there is the cover, and let's go ahead and move on to, oops, sorry, just knocked the camera there a little bit. Let's go ahead and move on to the first page.